everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Emma Dara. I'm 25 years old. I live in New York City and I show you what life is like living here. One thing about living in New York that I feel like not a lot of people who don't live in the city know about is how much greenery there is in New York. There's a lot of green space and a lot of parks, and so in today's video I thought it'd be fun for me to give you a little review of some of the parks near me. I live on the Upper West Side in Manhattan, and so for the sake of today's episode, we're going to be focusing on the Upper West Side. And the Upper West Side does consist of a large area. It's a big neighborhood. So I'm only really focusing on the lower part of the Upper West Side, but if you have any recommendations of parks on the Upper West Side or just in New York City in general, leave them down below and maybe I'll do a video covering those as well. Back to today's video. I went around and visited some of the parks around me, so I wanted to share my ratings with you today. The first park I wanted to talk about today is the Damrosch Park, and this is located at Amsterdam and 62nd Street, which is also Lincoln Center. Lincoln Center is like the house of the ballet and the opera. And so this park hosts a lot of events. There's like a summer event coming up apparently. I discovered that when I was there today. And it's named after the Damrosch family, which is a family of musicians who contributed greatly to the musical heritage of New York City ever since Leopold Damrosch brought his family to New York in 1871. Pretty interesting. The park was completed in 1969, so relatively new park. Again, hosts a lot of events. So overall, I give this park a 3 out of 5 on a rating. I'm ranking everything on a 1 to 5 scale. I'm giving Damrosch Park a 3 out of 5 because I don't go to it often. I don't find it as like a serene getaway. And it's busy a lot because people are always at Lincoln Center. So giving that one a 3 out of 5. Really close by to that is Dante Park. Dante Park is on the intersection of Broadway, Columbus, and 63rd Street, and it is named after Italy's greatest poet, Dante Alighieri. Sorry if I say that wrong. He wrote the Divine Comedy. This park has cute little red tables, so it's a great place to grab like a quick bite to eat. This park is also still very much in the city. It's not really a getaway. It's not much quieter, so for that reason I'm giving it a 3 out of 5. It's just not one I frequent as much. The next park is one that I recently discovered. It's called Septuagesimo Uno. That's a Latin name. I might have butchered it. Obviously it'll be on the screen. But this is frequently called New York City's smallest park, which it actually isn't. But it is teensy. It's located on 71st Street in between Broadway and West End. And 71st Street is beautiful. This park is just situated between two buildings. It like used to be an alley and they converted it into a park. So it's really small, but it's really great for having a quick little break. It's got a handful of benches and it's very fun. Also not very busy. Overall, I'm giving Septuagesimo Uno a 4 out of 5. I took points off because there's pros and cons for it being not very busy. Pro for it not being very busy is you have the space to yourself. Con is I get freaked out when one other person comes because I'm like, what if they try to kill me? No one else would be around. So for that reason I give it a 4. Although I don't feel that way often, but like there's always that chance, so just gotta be a little cautious. Next park I wanted to talk about is Verdi Square. Verdi Square is located at the intersection of Broadway and Amsterdam at 72nd/73rd Street. So it's right next to the 72nd Street subway. This square was named after Giuseppe Verdi, considered one of the world's most renowned composers. He died in 1901, and the monument was unveiled in 1906, and over 10,000 people attended the unveiling of the monument of Giuseppe Verdi, which really united Italian Americans in celebration of their culture and their heritage. I give this park a 3.5 out of 5. Because it is very conveniently located, super nice to just be able to sit there on a nice day before or after getting on the subway. Con, points deducted because it is busy and there are a lot of families. But I do really like this park and I go to it often. Next up, we have Riverside Park. So Riverside Park is actually a really big park that runs alongside the Hudson River in New York. And so it starts at 72nd Street technically and goes all the way up to 158th Street, which spans about 4 miles. and like I said, it runs along the Hudson River. This park is really great if you have dogs. It has a really good dog run, and it's just really huge. Like I said, it's 4 miles long, and so throughout all of Riverside Park, there's a lot of playgrounds and basketball courts and tons of benches, so a good place to read or to have a picnic. I give this park a 4 out of 5. Some areas can be less appealing than others. It's pretty busy, but overall, good park. Finally, last but not least, I wanted to, of course, talk about Central Park. So Central Park is the first public park in America, and I'm going to say, without actually fact-checking, that it is the most visited park in America, and like maybe one of the most famous parks in the world. So it's like honestly iconic, obviously, and it's great. Central Park spans from 5th Avenue on the east side to Central Park West on the west side, starting at 59th Street and going all the way up to 110th Street. I'm ranking Central Park 4.5 out of 5, and you might be like, Emma, how could you not give it a 5 out of 5? Let me tell you. 2 main reasons. One, always busy. You'll be able to see in these clips that there's so many more people in my Central Park clips than in any of my other park clips. So, always busy. There's a million tours, like I said. And the other con that made me deduct some points is that there's horses and carriages, and I just feel really bad for the horses, and I wish they weren't there, but I don't think they're going to be going away anytime soon. Those are the parks that I'm going to be reviewing and rating today. If you have another park that you love and you'd like me to review it and rate it, let me know. Maybe make a video on it. Otherwise, thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed and maybe you learned something. And maybe it'll at least give you a different appreciation for New York when you visit, if you come and visit. Oftentimes when I go into the parks, I'm able to like fully forget that I'm in a city. It just feels so calm and peaceful, and I really, really cherish those parks, and clearly a lot of people in the city also do, because that's why they maintain these parks and have for so many years. I also think it's just really crazy and like beyond my mind to imagine, like in Verity Square, people in 1906 hanging out there, like 10,000 people gathering around this park in Verity Square. They did that in 1906, and it's 2024, and I am going to that park still. Who knows what it's going to look like in 100 years? Is it still going to be a park? I don't know, but I just think the history behind these places is really amazing a lot of times. So I wanted to share it with you today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give me a like, leave a comment, and hit subscribe, and I will see you soon in the next video.